Hello there, my name is Barry, and in this video I am going to run you through 5 songs that I am definitely going to be playing at my Paddy's Day gigs this year in Aberdeen in Scotland. Now, for those of you that don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but for those of you that don't know, St. Patrick's Day is the day where everyone all around the world takes a minute to stop and appreciate just how unbelievable and class Irish people are. You're welcome. And that means that from every single pub, from Titicaca to Timbuktu, that has a shamrock above it and serves Guinness is going to be absolutely rammed out the door, and there's going to be singers in there singing songs, having the crack, and it's just wonderful, so it is. So I'm going to run you through 5 songs that I'm definitely going to be playing at this year's St. Patrick's Day and tell you exactly why, the science sort of behind it. And I think it might sort of surprise some people as to why I'm doing some songs and not others and stuff. Before we get into it, 97% of people who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if your vibe is talking about guitar, talking about music, how to gig, lessons, that type of thing, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below and talk to me. Let's have a chat. While you're down there, you can also head to the link in the description. I'm going to leave a link to my full set list in there that you can download for yourself and try out some of the songs at your next gig. Now we've got that out of the way, let's have a look at these songs. Today I am using I always say my trusty, but this literally is my trusty Ovation Custom Supreme something or other. I can't actually remember what it's called. It's an Ovation, really, really nice Ovation guitar that I have gigged endlessly for the past 10 years. There is easily 800 or 900 gigs on this fella. And you probably can't see it in the camera, but it really shows. It has been gigged to absolute bejesus, but it's just wonderful and I love it so much. So there's 2 main things that I want to speak about these songs. Number 1 is that when I'm playing acoustic, I will always tune down half a step. So I will tune to E flat standard. So if you're playing along to me, or if you want to play along to any of the songs in this video, you might want to tune down, or else I don't know, figure out a way to like transpose it up half a step. But I really find that helps my voice last way longer. Irish pubs tend to be all or nothing. They tend to be absolutely mental, and especially on St. Patrick's Day, the crack will be 90. You'll be singing and shouting and roaring, and it'll be great, but it's hard on the voice. So I find that tuning down half a step, I've been doing this for 15 years, tuning down half a step really just helps me. It helps the longevity of my voice when I'm doing these long 3-hour gigs. And the other thing is that these songs are simple. They're really simple, they're really easy, they're like 4 chords. And I really think that's a big part of what makes them so popular. So the first one I'm going to show you is a song called The Galway Girl. Now, everybody knows The Galway Girl, and everybody will know it as the song from P.S. I Love You. And fun fact, it was written by Steve Earle, who is not Irish at all. He's an American fella, American country singer as far as I know. But people love this song because it was the one from P.S. I Love You. And you can always tell when someone's asking for Galway Girl because they come up and ask for that song. People come up and like, oh, do you know that song from? And instantly, I'm like, is it Galway Girl? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah. So, this is how I play Galway Girl. Now, it's worth noting that the Galway Girl has that really recognizable fiddle part, banjo part, accordion part, whatever it is, the da 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 da. And the way that I do it is I play that on harmonica, but you could also literally just sing it and it'll sound fantastic. What I do is I stick my capo on the 3rd fret and I play D, which on my guitar brings it up to E standard. So if your guitar is tuned to standard tuning, you can play an E major chord and it'll pitch with that. But anyway, usually that's enough to tell people that it's about to happen, and people recognize that bit straight away. So I'll go, well, I took a stroll on the old long walk, and then the crowd always go, on the day, and then the song just sort of kicks in And that's where you get the stomp box involved there, and the crowd starts jumping, because no matter who you are, everybody always loves that song. Us musicians, maybe not so much, but as a really, really good song to get the crowd going, Galway Girl, you can't beat it. The next one is the Wild Rover, and it is in the key of G, and it's fantastic because you just play G. I always put in this little bit, and it just helps sort of, I don't know, add a little bit of je ne sais quoi to the Wild Rover. But the Wild Rover is brilliant because it has that bit where it's no, never. Everyone loves doing that, or they stamp their feet. It's a really, really good one because people, it's not that fast, it's not that intense, but it's a great old just feel-good song that people just sway to, and it's just lovely. So the way I play it is G, and a little bit. Well, I've been a Wild Rover for many's a year, down to C, and then G, and a C, and a D, and a G, and the chorus goes to a D. You can throw in a D7, G, 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 D, G, C, and then everybody knows how the rest of it goes. Really, really simple song, really, really big impact. You can't do a gig on Paddy's Day without doing the Wild Rover. Also, I'll sort of sometimes vary the key that I play that in. I'll always play a G shape, but sometimes I'll have it on the 3rd fret, which will bring it to A for me, or on the 2nd fret, which will bring it to A flat for me. The next song is a song called Dirty Old Town. I always play this in the key of A, so that's capo 3 for me, with playing a G shape. You'll notice that a lot of Irish songs tend to have these G chord shapes because it's just like the least amount of input for the most amount of crack. Now, the way that the Pogues originally done this, there's a couple of different key changes, but like I said, the least amount of effort for the most amount of return. Just play it in G, nice and handy. Again, there's a fiddle part in this, or a harmonica part in fact, when I play it, and yeah, you just sort of jam it. People love the I met my love, they love that bit, and then they love the bit where you get to the end and they can sing, and it's a dirty old town, it's a dirty old town. Everyone loves singing that bit. They don't really mind all the guts of the song, but they love the dirty old town. They love that bit. So you might notice that so far, not an awful lot of these songs are like very fast, very high energy. They're all sort of like, oh, nice, I suppose. And I think it's a misconception that like Irish songs have to be like fast. They have to be intense. They have to be like, bah! Do you know what I mean? Really high energy all the time. A lot of them aren't. A lot of them are what's called ballads. And it's just the whole feel-good vibe and the energy that you get from the songs that really, really resonates with everybody. The next song is a song called Whiskey in the Jar. There's numerous ways to play Whiskey in the Jar, because there's numerous versions of it. The original version of it was an old Irish folk song, and I don't know if the Dubliners wrote it, but it was made famous originally by the Dubliners, and it's just, I play it in C. Well, as I was going over the A minor and something, and F, 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 and the C, do, 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 do. And then you get to bushering, them a do, them a day, back for me, daddy, oh, that kind of thing. And people absolutely love the whack for me, daddy, oh bit. And this song is quite bouncy. But the people that ask for Whiskey in a Jar tend to expect the Thin Lizzy version. Thin Lizzy brought this song out in the early 1970s, and they totally changed the song from what the original recording that they would have known as. And they added in that bit and the guitar solo. Don't slide to there. Slide to there. Which, as a one-man acoustic, is very, very hard to do without using some sort of a track or a loop pedal or something along those lines. So, for me, the best way to do Whiskey in a Jar as a one-man acoustic is to do the Dubliners version. Stay away from the Metallica version, absolutely. But, like, the Dubliners version is the one that will be the most amount of return for the least amount of effort. And finally, the fifth song on this list is a song and a story all thrown into the one. It's a song called the Seven Drunken Nights. And it is a story all about a guy who goes out drinking every single night of the week, and when he comes home he's absolutely blind drunk, and the missus is cheating on him, and she tells him all these different stories because he's too drunk to understand that she is actually cheating on him. So she tells him all these stories, and there's 7 verses of the song, one for each day of the week that he comes home, and they get ruder and ruder and ruder as they go along, to the point that in their infinite wisdom, the BBC at one point about 40-50 years ago banned the last 2 verses of Seven Drunken Nights. So you go up as far as Friday, and that was it. There was no Saturday or Sunday because they contained quite rude words, which I always found absolutely hilarious and loved so much. What I do is I stick the capo on the 5th fret for this one. I would never ever usually stick the capo up this high on a guitar, because I feel the higher up you go, the less power that your guitar has. But this song, for me, it's easier to play it in the key of G. 5 isn't that high up on the neck that I'm like really missing the bottom end and the drive from the guitar. And it's just easy for me to play it using G shapes. So there we go. I will leave a link in the description also to a performance of Seven Drunken Nights, so you can see for yourself just how funny it is. But it starts off, well, as I went home on a Monday night, as drunk could be. The good thing about this is that you can have a drink during this song while the crowd are having a drink and singing along with you, because the song just lends itself to that as well. So it's a brilliant one that you could probably get nearly 10 minutes out of this one song. It makes for a lovely change of pace, and it's just one of those things that, like, if you look like you're enjoying yourself and the crowd can see that, they'll absolutely go wild for it. They'll love it. What I usually do is I'll play the song, and after every night, after every verse, I'll cheers everybody and have a sup. And what I'll also do is I'll also pick out 2 people in the crowd. So I'll be like, oh, what's your name? Well, John. And the song will go, well, as John went home on a Monday night, he was as drunk could be. He saw a horse outside the door where his old horse should be. And then if his wife or his girlfriend's name is Mary, well, he called young Mary and he said to her, would you kindly tell to me? It starts off nice and slow like that, and then it goes, who was the horse outside the door and my old horse should be? And then the whole place starts jumping. I one time played this song where I actually saw the floor of the pub bending downwards as people were jumping up and down. So yeah, one time I very nearly broke a pub with this song. So that's 5 Irish songs that I am definitely going to be playing on St. Patrick's Day this year at my gig in Malone's Irish Pub in Aberdeen. So if you're knocking around Aberdeen on the 17th of March 2026, come in and say hello at 6 o'clock. Like I said, down in the description you will find a link to where you can download my set list. And you can try it at your own gig. Let me know while you're down there in the comments what you thought of these songs. Is there any that I have left out? Is there any that you would like to see me talk about? I hope you found this interesting. And like I said, 97% of you aren't subscribed. So please be one of the 3%. Subscribe to the channel, comment, like the video, and happy St. Patrick's Day, boys. See you in the next one.